The end. Or was it? I had to double check myself because it definitely felt like an abrupt end, at least to the arc that we just read. Welcome to We Need to Talk About Chainsaw Man. I don't normally go into chapter reviews like this. I think this is a special one because I feel like I could potentially be onto something with the analysis we have today. I'm not going to be nitpicking everything, or at least mentioning everything like I normally do of the chapter, but more so how this chapter is interpreted, or this whole arc has been interpreted, and how it makes people feel. Also, elephant in the room, if you don't read Dan 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 and you haven't been keeping up with those, that's okay. Welcome to the new room. Amazing. Now back to the analyzing. Actually, before I clear my throat. Okay, so, I don't know. I did what any sane person would do when they don't understand something and consulted Reddit. Because I was confused. I was confused on how I felt. Plus, I was at work. I was really hungry. And I really just wanted answers very quickly. And rather than answers, I feel like I got more of a general feeling. And the feeling was that people felt like this arc with the aging devil was a waste of time. And I see that. I see that point of view. And I think aging devil's involvement, again on paper, seems almost unrelated to either Team Denji and Pochita or Team Denji? Team Asa and Yoru. Like, they had that brawl going on earlier. Did you forget? I forgot. You know? Until we take in stuff as whole. But I want to lead this conversation by making a prediction and also kind of loosely investigating what just happened in this past arc. Because I think it might have lost some people, but I was thinking, Fujimoto doesn't do random shit just to do random shit, does he? Does he? I mean, sometimes it might just be funny, but or he might, but there are some things that are just they're giga brain. We just don't understand. I need a moment. It was really cold today, but I did not think it was going to affect my my ability to talk. I mean, I've literally done these when I've been sick. Now, okay, back on track. I suspect, as like a prediction, that we're going to see the further advancement, or we kind of start observing the advancement, since I think some of it's already happened already, of Asa and Denji's relationship. Part 2 started with us learning about a character on the opposite side of the Maslow hierarchy as Denji. And Denji comes straight off of part 1. Did not mean to make a cum joke, but you know what? We'll roll with it. And he has this prolific history with issues with women, relationships in general, all that sort of thing. And whether or not he's going with his wiener, his heart, or his mind sort of thing. Now, in this past arc, we see how much Asa's changed. And I think in the process, or simultaneously, we also see where Denji's at. And Asa's gone from being a klutz to literally losing an arm and kind of just walking it off. I mean, partly because she has to, but it's interesting. And now we have Denji in this position where he's approaching things with skepticism. It was all away from Fumiko, but he kind of went, fuck it, I'm gonna have a blast. And some things have gone gone back to bite him, but he's learning. I do think he's learning bit by bit. And especially after reflection of all the people he's lost over the journey and all the people that he's missed or like had to say goodbye to. It's really matured him. The experiences, I think, are the things that best mature people, especially not just the hardship itself, but how you come away from that hardship. Because I think everybody goes through hardships. Whether it's, I don't know what expensive item to buy, or it's, I'm gonna fucking die if I don't make the right decision. People go through their hardships. And this isn't to bash on where you are, right? In life. That's for a different one, okay? But it's really interesting. I think both Denji and Asa have both grown up a lot. And I think part 2 has been about puberty. Now, this is really interesting because this is how, well, I think in a different way, Dandadan has also shown puberty. So Dandadan's kind of gone about it a different way, but so I'm not gonna talk about it here because I know the feeling of even being told a single thing about a series. Now, with Chainsaw Man, like part 2, I mean, we have it with part 1, but part 1 has the naivety, like, side of it, where someone kind of takes you by the arm and you're not really thinking things through. Part 2 had a lot of trying to think things through. Maybe not initially as much as he should, but Denji's realized that he's gone through so much, and yet he's still living. He's still going on. He's died. Both of these characters have died, and yet he continues to chug along. He's lost 2 found families. He's lost Power and Aki, and he's lost his little sister / daughter figure. I think still, and I saw it on the Reddit, it still hasn't sunken in that, Naita seems gone. Right? That... I miss her so much. I really do. But I think in a chapter, in a arc that has confused so many people with where it is going, it seemed like some big side quest. It's puberty. Even the initial fight and the initial want to fight almost shows Yoru's hormones going. Just kind of when you're all in your hormones, those emotions are on a wildfire. They are going crazy. Now, I think that's a great way of eventually transitioning into no more having Aging Devil, which again, brilliantly named and very convenient. Just kind of sit Asa / Yoru and Denji down and let them grow. It is... I think this is really clever, and once again, we are seeing a situation where we don't know what Fujimoto is doing. But I think my theory could have some merit to it. I think I don't just think I believe that there was some level of this. I might have not perfectly described it, but yeah. Like you even like there's just there's just more things about this arc, like um how Yoru had like almost like a whoa mama like transformation sort of thing. I don't know if it was like a more like out like the outfit slightly altered to kind of show off her curves more and stuff like that. But that's also a sign of like a growth in her like femininity through puberty. And I think Denji also shows it more so in taking on this traditional man role of looking out for their loved one or loved ones and finding a way to make things work, to make ends meet in this specific circumstance. I mean, he's even done it with Nayuta already. And I think both of them have come out of this literally since we see them outside of the world that they've been bestowed upon as completely different people to those who not only started part 2, but they've changed a lot since being in there as well. And this hor this hormonal like change and tension has died down a little bit. And I don't know what's like really coming up next other than this like dynamic in the background or in the foreground about them maturing and potentially, properly having a relationship. But I don't know. We're probably just waiting for Fumiko and Yoshida to shoot up the place with Yuko, right? Yuko's probably alive. Come on. I hate her guts and I smell her a mile away. Anyway, have a good Tuesday, because I can't say I had one, but blah.